My dearest listener, if this message has reached you today, it is not by accident. There are moments in life when the veil between what is seen and unseen feels especially thin, when something greater than coincidence draws your attention exactly where it needs to be. Trust that this is one of those moments. Your guardian angels have something to tell you, something deeply personal, something meant specifically for your heart. They want you to know that someone in your life has just discovered who you truly are. And they are stunned. Truly stunned. Because they have realized, perhaps with a mix of shock and humility, that they were completely wrong about you. For reasons that may not have been clear at the time, this person formed assumptions about you without ever truly taking the time to understand you. They convinced themselves that they had you figured out. They believed they knew your character, your intentions, your nature. They decided what kind of person you were and filed you away neatly in their mind, never questioning whether their conclusions were rooted in truth. The truth is, their opinion was not built on facts. It was not formed through meaningful conversation, shared experiences, or heartfelt understanding. It was constructed from fragments, impressions, perhaps even insecurities. And yet, they believed it wholeheartedly. They trusted their own narrative about you without ever asking if it reflected reality. You may have felt it. Perhaps you sensed a distance, a coolness, or a subtle tension when you were around them. Maybe there were moments when their energy felt guarded or slightly off, even if you could not quite put your finger on why. That subtle shift was born from a story they had written about you in their mind. But something has changed. Recently, through circumstance or conversation, through observation or shared experience, they were given the opportunity to truly see you. Not the version of you they had imagined. Not the projection shaped by their past or their fears. But you, the real you. And what they discovered has shaken them. They are shocked to realize how far off they were. They look back at their earlier assumptions with disbelief, wondering how they could have misread you so completely. They see now that the person they thought you were does not even exist. The image they held was a creation of their own making, not a reflection of your truth. I repeat this because it is important for you to hear it deeply. They have just found out who you really are, and they are stunned because they were wrong about you. It is human nature to make assumptions. People often fill in gaps with their own interpretations, especially when they do not know the full story. But assumptions can be dangerous. They can block beautiful connections before they ever have a chance to bloom. They can cause someone to walk past a potential friendship, a meaningful bond, or even a soul-level connection simply because they believed a false narrative. This person was convinced they had you all figured out. In their mind, the case was closed. But life has a way of revealing truth in its own time. Recent events have forced them to pause and reevaluate. They have had to confront the uncomfortable realization that their judgment was flawed. And do you know what caused this shift? You did. Simply by being yourself. You did not put on a performance. You did not change who you were to win approval. You did not argue or defend yourself against assumptions you may not have even known existed. You continued to move through the world with authenticity, with sincerity, with your natural warmth and depth. And that authenticity dismantled every false belief they once held. You might wonder how they could have created such an inaccurate view of you in the first place. Often, misunderstandings like this are rooted in insecurity. Sometimes they stem from wounds carried over from past experiences. Perhaps someone once hurt them in a way that made them cautious. Perhaps they projected an old story onto you without realizing it. But now, they see you in an entirely different light. They see your kindness, not as a weakness, but as strength. They see your generosity, not as something suspicious, but as something genuine. They see your humor, your compassion, your depth. And they cannot reconcile this radiant truth with the narrow image they once believed. The real you has shattered the illusion. And here is something important. There is no need for you to question yourself because of what they once thought. Their misunderstanding speaks to their inner landscape, not your worth. You were never required to shrink, explain, or reshape yourself to fit their comfort. In fact, they now feel the weight of regret. They recognize that they missed time they could have spent building something meaningful with you. They feel a sense of guilt for not taking the opportunity to truly know you before forming conclusions. And that realization is humbling. But within that humility, there is growth. This experience has changed them. They are beginning to approach life with more openness. They are learning to slow down before labeling someone. They are realizing that people are far more layered and beautiful than first impressions suggest. And you have inspired that shift. It is your sincerity that made it impossible for them to cling to their old narrative. It is your warmth that forced them to reevaluate. You did not argue them into understanding. Your presence alone did the work. There is something about you that naturally draws others in. You may not always see it, but it is there. Your self-assured authenticity can be both magnetic and, to some, intimidating. When someone encounters a person who knows who they are and does not apologize for it, it can stir up feelings of comparison or doubt within them. Perhaps, in the beginning, they felt intimidated by you. It is not uncommon. When someone appears grounded, well-rounded, confident, and compassionate all at once, it can challenge others to confront their own insecurities. But instead of turning away from that challenge, this person is choosing growth. Let this be a reminder to you: never dim your light to make someone else comfortable. Never allow the misconceptions or judgments of others to knock you off the path that is meant for you. You are not responsible for the stories others create about you. Those who truly take the time to know you always arrive at the same truth. They see your humor, your empathy, your depth. They discover the layers of your personality and realize that you are far more beautiful in spirit than they ever imagined. You may notice that this person begins to behave differently around you. Their tone may soften. Their energy may warm. Their interest may feel more sincere. Do not be alarmed by this change. It is not manipulation. It is awakening. The version of you they once reacted to was fictional. The person they now engage with is real. They have let go of the false preconception and are ready to build something authentic. They now recognize that you are exactly the type of person they want in their life. They admire how you treat the people you care about, how you move through challenges with resilience, how you maintain joy even when the world feels heavy. You have already inspired them to question other prejudices they may have held. Your presence has become a quiet catalyst for transformation. Be open to the possibility that something beautiful could grow from this. A friendship rooted in honesty can be incredibly powerful. Continue being the real version of yourself, the one they have come to appreciate. Allow your forgiving heart to guide you, if forgiveness feels right for you. This connection has the potential to become something meaningful precisely because it has moved through misunderstanding into truth. They think highly of you now. They may not have found the perfect words yet, but inside, they respect you deeply. They can admit, at least to themselves, that they were wrong. They may even feel embarrassed by how quickly they judged you. And yet, the clarity they now have is undeniable. The real you stands before them, unmistakable. You may be surprised at how much you have in common. Sometimes, when the walls fall away, people discover shared values, similar humor, parallel dreams. There is so much that can unfold when two people meet without the distortion of assumption. Every day, you continue to surprise those around you. Your personality carries both lightness and depth. Your heart carries warmth in a world that can sometimes feel cold. In times when the atmosphere seems heavy with negativity, you remain a source of brightness. It can be difficult for some to believe that someone like you exists, someone who chooses kindness, who leads with compassion, who holds integrity even when it would be easier not to. But your consistency proves that such a spirit is real. Even though it took time for this person to see it, your true self could not stay hidden. It shines too brightly. It draws people toward you naturally, like warmth on a winter day. They now recognize how wrong they were. And they feel the loss of the time they spent at a distance. They hope it is not too late. They hope you might allow space for something new. As you move forward, remember this deeply. The judgments of others are not reflections of your worth. They are reflections of their perception. Those who genuinely seek to know you will always uncover the truth. Before we close, let us hold a moment of prayer together. Lord, may these words settle gently into their heart. Guide them along the path of self-discovery and acceptance. Give them the strength to rise above misunderstanding and judgment, knowing that their true essence shines brighter than any false narrative. Let forgiveness flow where it is needed. Let understanding replace resentment. Allow new friendships to bloom from honesty and let old wounds soften and heal. Surround them with your protection and your love. May they continue to inspire, uplift, and illuminate the lives of those around them, simply by being who they are. Amen. Take a quiet moment now. Breathe in slowly. Let this message sink into your spirit. You are seen. You are valued. You are protected by forces greater than you realize. If this message resonates with you, receive it fully. Claim the blessings woven within it. And if you feel called, share a word of kindness for someone else who may need encouragement today. Your light has a ripple effect far beyond what you can see.